Oh,
Oh, hey,
welcome.
funny to see you there. Welcome to the Musubi and Me show. As always, I'm Glizzy Frank.
And it's your boy Musubi, the only Musubi named Musubi, or a Musubi that's given himself a name. That's right.
Facts.
So
Facts.
this show is sponsored by No Prob Llama, because if your llama got a problem, then that's the spits.
Nice. Yeah. It's also sponsored by condiments because love in the bedroom lacks a little bit of flavor, especially when you're wearing a condom. So why not, I don't know, spice it up? My favorite's the kimchi.
Ooh. My favorite is actually the self-made Musubi flavored. That is, let me do a little mic fix right here. Easy fix, easy fix. See? 1, 2, 3. No more technical difficulty. We be rhyming like a hymen because we breaking it.
Ooh, damn, dude, you popped that cherry.
Yeah, right? Call me a cherry popping daddy because I swing.
Both ways, both ways. He swings both ways, y'all.
Well, maybe in the future when I'm more woke.
It's coming. It's coming.
Never say never, guys.
Never
say never.
You never know. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, honestly, I was thinking about this earlier where it's like, I feel like celebrities just get bored.
Yeah.
Where it's like they have so many options. They have so many different options where it's kind of like, I already had a threesome, I already did this. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I am non-binary.
Right? Maybe, yeah. Dude, actually,
Scientology might be cool.
I went onto a little rabbit hole, actually, about P. Diddy. Mm-hmm. Like, have you heard about the P. Diddy scandals and shit like that?
I actually haven't read into it.
So, apparently, he pays, like, dudes. I don't know if he's getting fucked or he's, like, fucking them, but he pays them, like, millions of dollars, like, so he could, like, fuck celebrities or getting fucked by celebrities and shit like that. There's a picture of him, like, I don't know if it's Photoshopped, but it's like going around the internet, like viral, like of him and Rick Ross kissing.
No way. Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, here you go.
Oh, P. Diddy.
Rick Ross.
Is that a music video or?
I mean, I think so.
Let's see. We're not trying to sponsor these guys, but or they're not trying to sponsor us, but you know what I mean? We ain't got time for YouTube Premium because that shit is a fucking ripoff.
It is, man. There's so many subscriptions nowadays. Dude, you just can't deal with it.
It's as expensive as cable right now. Like
it really is.
Before it was like just Netflix.
All right, we'll add the music in, see if it actually plays.
Oh.
This is just like a music video, right?
Yeah, this is just
they kiss in the music video?
No. They're like kissing at a concert. Or
all right, like yeah.
But supposedly P. Diddy is pretty gay. But I mean, it's all right if he is, but like, why are you hiding it? Why you
yeah. P. Diddy gay. Let's check it out.
Let's see what the AI says.
Yeah. P. Diddy's romantic history and current relationship status paint a picture of his diverse connections with accomplished women, dispelling any unfounded speculations about his sexual orientation. He has been linked to high-profile relationships with notable... I feel like P. Diddy, he must have like a really, really good person that takes care of his shit,
No,
because this is a person that pops up. He's
I
like,
think
not gay.
he's got like a Billy, right? Like fucking like yeah, he's got a good media team there. Like
Is P. Diddy gay?
yeah, I think Tuco News is a respectable news source.
There is no evidence to prove P. Diddy is bisexual.
Yeah. Maybe Reddit. Reddit is
We got some Reddit down here. What's the deal with Meek Mill and Usher?
oh yeah, so the other thing was the rumors are Meek Mill and P. Diddy were in a sexual relationship.
No shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good thing we're just lunch meats right now, or they probably have us fucking killed.
Oh,
Onto the
man.
internet.
Glizzy Frank would be up inside that ass for sure, right? Between the buns, so to speak.
Between the buns, yeah. P. Diddy's buns?
Dude, I hope not.
There might be a little burnt.
I feel like it's a little ashy in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a great show for you guys today. Just kind of pulling it all together. I don't know, man. Where do you want to start? Let's go with that.
Well, even though we got a rush show because we ain't rushing.
I'm definitely not.
We're
if he dies, he dies.
yeah, if he dies, he dies. We're German? No, we ain't even German either. Even
I might be a little German. Frankfurt.
No, I'm like Swedish and well, I went off of my uncle's. Have you taken an ancestry test?
Yeah.
I know I didn't want to do it because the conspiracy theorist in me is like they're gonna know like what's wrong with me and then they're gonna like fuck me on insurance or like some shit like that.
Yeah. I honestly, yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Like they're like, oh, your family is you're predisposed to like high blood pressure, and I'm like, well, that's because they're alcoholics.
that makes so you're Irish.
Yeah, I might be actually a little Irish. I don't really have that many freckles, but I'm like Swedish and like British.
I didn't mean like actually, bro. I meant like family. So you got to be, well, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Japanese, but like, you know, what would a Musubi be?
Actually, this would be a good future topic. I did some research on the history of a spam musubi.
Okay.
And they said that it was made up by a lady in Kauai in the 70s, but it was one of those things where all of the other news articles on the internet just reference this one article. And then I saw a couple YouTube videos like calling that shit out because they're like, bro, we ate spam musubis like fucking way before that shit.
Right.
So another thing.
You were talking about this actually, I think last time.
Another theory is that it got created in the Japanese concentration camps from World War II, where they were making musubis out of just like everything.
I believe that. That makes more sense.
That makes way more sense.
That makes way more sense.
Not just this lady in Kauai just was like, oh yeah, let's have a spam musubi.
I think that's how like conspiracy theories kind of work, though, where it's like it's literally like how far do you want to believe it?
Yeah.
Like there's definitely some truths to everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But it's like how much do you really want to believe? And so I guess with that, it's like just, I don't know, be a logical person, do the math, you know, like obviously concentration camps, what's cheap? Spam. They probably have a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know, they threw the Japanese in there for World War II. There's going to be a lot of rice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably where they came from, right? Let's put 2 and 2 together.
That was a big blemish on American history too.
Holy shit. That's like not really talked about.
No, not
right?
at all.
Like it's literally like they're taking people that lived in the U.S.
Lived in the U.S.
Put them in concentration camps and took away all of their shit.
One of my dad's good friends, R.I.P., was thrown into a concentration camp when he was a kid. Like, and he told us like stories like when he was like in the concentration camp, and he was born in America, and they just like it was like the commie Red Scare, but it was just like against like Japanese people for no reason.
Yeah.
Like that's some racist ass shit, like right there.
It really is. I mean? It really is. Yeah. But like man, we took it to a dark spot.
We did.
Yeah.
Speaking of concentration,
feeling a little bit of I'm feeling a little burnt over here. Right?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Yeah, let's get it cooking in the oven.
Yeah, I don't know. Get in the shower.
Speaking of concentration camps, what's your take on laboratories?
No, so we were having this conversation earlier. We thought it'd be a fun one to bring up. It's just like different dog breeds. I think I guess the first step here, like let's start from the beginning, right? Where I think there's people who are in one, oh, see, this is where you could have made the transition because they're both camps. So which camp are you in? Right? Concentration camp, get it? Right? Anyway, which
I don't know.
camp
I think I can concentrate pretty good.
which concentration camp are you in? Or sorry, which camp are you in? Right? So first camp is basically you should adopt a dog only, and then second camp is you go for the breed that you want.
I mean, I feel like whatever's going to make you happier, you're going to make that. If you're a good dog owner, you're going to make that dog's life better, right? So there are like too many dogs, but there are also too many people and stuff like that.
For
So
sure.
should you
Yeah.
adopt a person only, or should you try to have a kid of your own?
Right. Yeah. And I mean, these kind of go hand in hand where it's kind of like I like the idea of raising a dog from the very beginning. You don't know what kind of traumas or whatever
Yeah,
things they've kind of been
exactly,
through.
exactly.
I'm not saying, you shouldn't adopt, but also matching the dog to your kind of not personality, but just kind of your
Yeah,
your your life.
yeah, exactly.
Like if
Like,
you're not like a runner, you're not like somebody like don't get a border collie.
right?
Like
That's active.
yeah,
One of the
or
specious breeds.
Australian Shepherd
Yeah,
who's just never gonna leave you alone.
you're just gonna leave them in the apartment. That's the thing. Like I talked about with I don't know, with Boba Tea about adopt like having a dog and stuff like that. But now that we're just like both working from like 7 in the morning to like 4,
Mm.
like, and we live in an apartment, like I can't do that to a dog. Like that's like torture, like pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this, I saw this one earlier this week, and it kind of bothered me a little bit. It was somebody was just taking their dog for a walk, and it was like they were just like on their phone, scrolling, doing whatever, and the dog is happy as can be, just like looking around. And it's like, man, can you just like not embrace your dog's stoke? This is the one time they get out of the house.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like it's like, oh, what is that? Let him sniff some stuff. Let him do some stuff. Like whatever. Like that's what it is. But
You know who was actually underrated dog owners? Homeless people.
mm,
Like because they're fucking hanging out with the dog 24/7.
yeah, that's their buddy. That's their buddy. But that being said, I do feel like the breeding of dogs has gotten a little bit out of control.
Yes.
Specifically, I want to talk about this guy right here. Oops. This guy right here, right?
The
The
Labradoodle.
Labradoodle.
And it's such a popular dog. Like, do you have a family member that has a
I
Labradoodle?
do.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, and they brought him. I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? And they're like, it's a Labradoodle.
Okay. Stay with me here. This is my take, right?
Yeah.
Hot take from a hot dog.
Hot take from a hot dog.
Labradoodles are the new Hawaii wedding.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
It's like, let's get a destination, play
yeah,
somewhere over the
yeah,
rainbow.
yeah.
Let's get a Labradoodle because that's like it's like a kind of like a status symbol. Like,
It
right?
is like it's like okay, I get it, hypoallergenic, whatever. Like it's like some people need it, some people don't. Here's the thing: I was like walking around the other day, and it was like a Saturday or something. I was going to get a coffee. Literally, every dog I saw was a
Like,
Labradoodle.
yeah, right.
Every single one.
Just like
It's so unoriginal now.
right,
It's
right.
so
Like,
unoriginal.
I mean, the first time you're like, oh, what is that? But now you're just like, oh, another fucking Labradoodle.
Another
like,
fucking Labradoodle. You know what I did see that was like actually kind of a spicy mix though? I saw a German Shepherd Golden Retriever.
oh,
Yeah. That was
that is crazy.
yeah. Let me see if I can find that, but like go fill in the time here for us.
Like the another mix I saw was there was a pit bull and a wiener dog.
How did that
And
happen?
I'm just hoping that the male was like a wiener dog, right? Because like for all these like interbred dog species and stuff like that, if you're just breeding like a big dog with the small dog. Like,
That's not doing it justice, man. It's not doing it justice. This one's kind of cool.
oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Like, well, did you ever watch that Cosmos that show, the Cosmos, and then Neil
Oh
deGrasse Tyson talked about like the evolution from wolves to dogs and stuff like that.
no.
So it was like,
How's this?
oh, I mean, that's a hella cute dog.
Right? Yeah. Undeniable. Undeniable.
So
Anyway.
from the origins of dogs was the wolves, the weakest wolves or whatever like that would just like get the scraps from like the tribes of humans and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So then there is the wolves, like the gangster ass wolves that would go and like hunt in packs and like kill their own animals and stuff like that. But then the weak ones would just like follow the human tribes and then like
Yep.
eat their scraps.
Yep.
And then after many, many generations, they just became docile and became like dogs and stuff like that.
I heard
Did you see too? Also, there's like I don't know where it was, but there's like a chimpanzees and dogs. They like breed the dog, or they like are partners like with the dogs and stuff like that. Because the dogs will like fucking bark if there's like predators and stuff like that, and the
oh,
chimps will like kind of like take care of them.
oh
Like
they
humans.
work together?
Yeah, they work together. They're
Like the chimpanzees are like the goons?
yeah, yeah, they're like
That's so
symbiotic
funny.
or whatever.
Yeah, no, man. Yeah, that's wild. I have not heard that. I did see actually this is a cool one. So like cougars are like predators and they don't like they like to be left alone.
Yeah,
Dogs like wolves especially they hunt in packs. And so what happens is the wolves when they get lazy, they actually start following around the cougars because the cougars will actually like um leave like they'll eat and they'll leave the body and
yeah.
so the wolves will actually go and they'll just take the remains or whatever.
Uh,
And so what cougars have started doing is they will um, take the wolves to kill sites.
really?
So they basically stash wolves, or they stash like their
Whoa,
prey, whatever, and they'll just like leave it. And then they'll take the wolves over there, and then that way they can kind of just be like left alone or whatever.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah, isn't that gangster?
That's like animals. I mean, just like the common man just like underestimates like the intelligence of animals. Like I feel like, you know,
Oh,
like
dude, totally.
but I mean, they've been around like as long as people, like
What's
most
the
of them have.
what's the biggest animal you think you could kill? Bare
Like with my
hands.
bare hands,
Bare hands.
like probably let's see, probably like a giraffe.
I don't think you can kill a giraffe. I think a giraffe would kill you. I think it's smaller than you think. Like I think literally like a freaking
Like a panda bear. I could kill like a sloth.
no, dude, a panda bear would fuck you up too.
Yeah,
They're so
you know
strong.
they sleep like 10 hours a day. I'd
Yeah.
attack it when it's sleeping.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like locked in a cage. It's like okay, locked in a cage. Boom, you guys are fighting, right?
Probably like a wiener dog.
Yeah, dude, it would be something small, right? It would have to be something small, like a ferret or like I put it at like a raccoon. I think it would be a good fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
scratch
like
the
it's
shit
like
out
I
of
think anything bigger than a raccoon, like it's got a chance.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like,
I agree. Like fucking I'm trying to think of like bitch ass animals, but like if they're in the wild, like they're surviving for some reason. I could kill a sloth.
anyway, the point is it's a fun topic to kind of bring up because like your friends you'll definitely have one friend. Like, all right,
I could kill a cheetah.
here's
Like something
here's
like
the
that.
thing. Out of our friends, like I can fight better than most of our friends.
Yeah.
And I'm putting it at a raccoon. So any of our friends that say a bear or a cougar,
Yeah, no
shut
way.
the fuck
No
up,
way.
dude. No way. Like maybe you might get lucky.
If you have a 1 in a million chance and you like what would be the move? Gouge out his eyes and then like that would be like the first thing, like eye gouge.
All right, bro. All right. So side topic. I was lost in the woods for like 35 hours at one point in my life,
Yeah.
and like just fucking rolling around, whatever, just kind of cruising, and I handled it pretty well. But during that time, I did think about that. Like I was like, if a cougar comes, what are you gonna do? Now, like I
Climb up
wasn't,
and kick
I
you.
yeah, I wasn't trying to win the fight, but I've done some jujitsu and some stuff like that. And so my move was basically like, okay, act big and scary at first. If it comes at you, you're basically gonna kind of try and frame it, pull guard, control its back legs, and then I was gonna frame the front shoulders and try and gouge its eye out,
Yeah.
right? And
Gouging the eye, I feel like
that's
it's necessary.
yeah, or like
It's
pull the
necessary.
nostrils
Yeah.
or anything like that. But I'm not trying to win that fight.
No.
I'm just
Like
trying to survive.
because they're fucking it doesn't matter how much you work out, they're just like infinitely stronger than you. Like
What was the movie? It's literally about a guy getting it. It's
the
Leo.
Revenant.
It's
The
Leo.
Revenant.
The Revenant.
Yeah.
The Revenant.
Where he fights a bear or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
fucks him up. I
Right.
never seen that movie. Have you seen it?
I've seen it. It's pretty good, but it is like very much like that. It's like literally like Leo just like moaning and groaning, crawling through the woods. Like after it's
Yeah.
very fucking realistic. But that being said, that's a good transition to our next topic, which is movie reviews and
Movie review critics.
your lack of respect for that person after. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you only have so many chances of
Like-
giving somebody a good movie review
Yeah.
before I'm like, this guy doesn't fucking know movies.
Right? Like if you recommend a movie that I'm just like and I watch it, like my opinion of your judgment of movies, like if you pick one bad movie, maybe it's a little unfair, but it is what it is. If you pick a movie and I won't even just be like, hey, that's a bad movie. I'm like, I don't know why I'm friends with you now.
Right,
like
yeah.
if that's your opinion on stuff,
Or
like that,
even if
like
you
why are you
pick the
hanging
movie,
out?
even
Yeah.
if you pick the movie and we all go and watch it,
Yeah.
like I'm like, you have terrible taste in movies.
Right.
Like I have a friend like that. And for me, it's a strike two policy is what I found. So
Like,
it's literally like, okay,
two strikes,
one,
you're out, yeah.
one, okay. Two,
they already hit one foul ball.
you're done.
Yeah.
So I had a friend who invited me to Dune 2, which is, I think it's going to be really good.
Did you see that? Oh, because we're planning to see that.
I want to see it. No, I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen the first Dune?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Well, I thought it started getting really, really good at the end.
Yeah. Well, I it was horrible. Like I tried to watch it like 3 times just because like it's just like slow until it's not slow.
Mhm.
Like I'm just like,
Yeah, which
Fuck
makes
them.
you
So-
like kind of like you're like this.
and
second
now
one's
we're in the
gonna be
generation
good,
too.
right?
Like I'll be like on my phone or like some shit or just like fucking like. Have you? Okay, this is a side note and shit like that. Like, if it's like a bad movie, will you like do other stuff or will you sit through and just like sit and watch a movie? Like, how many movies do you actually just like sit and watch without like doing anything else?
Okay, can I bring it to a real scenario?
Yes.
Okay, so I had a friend. They invited me to watch. Oh man, Napoleon. Okay, so they were
Yeah.
between Napoleon and Saltburn. Okay, so I watched Napoleon.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, guys, Napoleon was not good. Spoiler alert. I did not think it was a good movie. I have never like, okay, I will sit through a movie. If you're in the movie theater, right, you're just like, whatever, man, I'll sit through it. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's the first movie that I was like trying to figure out ways to walk out. I was with like freaking 10 other people.
You're like, how do I walk out of this movie?
Dude, I was trying to get out of there. I was trying to get out of there. Like, I was like, there's no fucking way I can sit through this. I
You're
was
like texting your girlfriend, like, text me an emergency right now.
Get me out of here, please. Mister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that situation. And but so the other one was Saltburn, right? So and that came out on Amazon. I watched that. That movie is like, it's not bad,
But it's not a movie that you would recommend. to
but it's
somebody.
fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah.
It's weird as fuck. And so
Because I'm thank you for telling me that, by the
Yeah,
way, because I was about to watch it and I'm glad that I didn't waste 2 hours of my life.
I think you still should.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff in there that you're kind of like, wow, I didn't know that people did that.
Yeah.
You know? And
What's it about? Like with no spoilers.
no spoilers. It's hard
If
to
you
not
could if
spoil
you
it.
could say it in like
Yeah.
is it
So
about people cooking?
no, it's you would think. No, so essentially it's like this guy who comes from like nothing and then he gets a scholarship to a university and then he makes friends with like these elite people who invite him over to their estate, which is called Saltburn, and then he kind of sees their style of life.
Yeah.
But there is a twist to it as well. So he spends time with them and their style of life and how they're kind of like, this guy doesn't belong, whatever, you know, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's along those lines, and there's a twist in there, which is pretty good. Yeah, but that's essentially what it's about. But like I said, it's more so less about the plot and more about like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
I say all that because I had those two recommendations from that one friend. He asked me to go see Dune 2. And I was like, I can't watch Dune 2 with you.
It's almost going to be a shitty movie because he recommended it.
I can't see it with him.
Yeah.
I can't let him strike out like that, you know? Or like...
Right?
You like over. Yeah, right? It's like
he's a good guy, but like fucking... Based off his movie recommendations, I don't know if I can start hanging out with this
judge
guy.
You. I highly judge you on that. Yeah, I was like, I want him to still be up to bat.
Yeah,
you know, I want him to like, and I'm like, I want Dune 2 to be good. Right. And like, I feel like if I see it with him now, it might not be good. And I want to blame him. Yeah, it's fucking game over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're.
So I was like, I just can't take the risk.
I guess we could hang. You're like, I guess we could hang out on like holidays.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, he's the type of guy who's like literally just like, you know, like, hey man, let's go grab a beer here. Let's go grab a beer there. Loves breweries. Dude's from Texas.
Yeah.
Loves different breweries and things like that. But what's interesting is like we were talking about this earlier. So we were talking about how different people will bring different beers. So like our friends, like I know who left what beer, and that's like what's at my house.
Yeah.
And what was left at my house, it was from his wedding. It's Craft Light.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, but it's like a local brewery. So it's Waikiki Brew.
Oh.
Yeah, so they have like a Craft Light, but we were talking about different beers, right? And so that kind of brings us into the evolution of beer drinking.
Yeah, man.
Right.
That's a good evolution. So I feel like it's maybe a 3 or 4 part phase. Like everyone, well, not everyone, but you know, all the cool kids start drinking in high school. So like you start off with bang for your buck. Like, what is the most quantity that I could get right there? And
right.
When I was in high school, we're about the same age. So it was like you could get a 30-pack of Keystone Light for $10.99. And then we were even like fucking snobs. We're like, oh, we're not going to get Natty. But unless we didn't have money, we're like, oh, we'll get Natty. But it was like Keystone Light, 30-pack, $10.99.
Right.
Sometimes we got overcharged because we were underage. But shout out to all the fucking gas station workers selling to underage kids.
Bro, I'm saying that's like, a power move right there. They're like, you know, you don't got it. You don't got that ID, bro.
I'm like, this is not with the price on the label. And they're like, do you want it or not? And we're like, yeah, we want it.
Exactly.
But Natty Light was $8.99. So it was $8.99 for Natty Light 30-pack and $10.99 for Keystone, and we're like, we're ballers, bro.
It was like Keystone. one of the big three, right?
Let's all pitch in $3 and get a 30-pack.
It was like Coors Light, Bud Light, Natty Light. Like that's generally where you're going.
We weren't that bougie. We didn't get Coors Light until like college.
All right, but you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
I know.
But the whole point is, my friends, like, they bring different things, and it's funny because we all do the same thing. We all do the same thing where it's like, okay, this is going to be like a day event. It's going to be a long day.
Right.
And everybody brings different beers. So right now in my fridge, I have Modelo, Kittens. We have some Tecate.
Yeah.
And there's some leftover seltzers and things like that.
Yeah.
Right. That's basically all leftovers from other people.
Yeah.
Right. And so what we were talking about is the Mexican beers for us, you and I specifically. I think Justin, don't
say the tag. Don't say the tag.
Yeah.
Our friend Justin from New Jersey.
Sure. Yeah. All of us are kind of on the same level where it's kind of like we tend to go for Mexican beers.
Yeah.
We think those are good day drinking.
They're good day drinking.
They're good day
They're not too heavy.
Yes.
They got a little like extra, like I would say extra flavor, or they got like a
A little something.
specific flavor
Yeah.
that like we enjoy.
Mhm. However, you notice that none of us ever buy Coronas.
No.
Yeah.
So actually, my grandparents used to live in San Felipe, Baja California, and they say like down there and shit like that, Corona, like no one buys Coronas. Everyone buys either like Modelo or Tecate and
There
like
you
stuff,
go,
or
right?
what's the one with the yellow label?
Pacifico.
Pacifico.
Yeah.
Pacifico. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's like the blue collar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the beer of the working man.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. But we were saying, so that's the light beer,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, we all had a phase, or like
The
are still
IPA
going.
phase.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
still
IPA
going through
phase,
the
man.
IPA phase, right? Which,
But if you drink a couple IPAs, you're like, oh,
dude,
it's heavy.
all right.
Those
So
are heavy beers.
I remember before IPAs were like really a thing. I was in college, and like I was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever, Bale." And I was like, "There's a bar on campus," and they're like, "Yeah," and I was like,
Yeah.
well,
Right.
bet I'm gonna go there,
You right?
right? So I went there, and they had what was called a dead guy.
Oh,
You remember
yeah.
those, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So a dead guy, and it was like that's an IPA, and it was like 8% alcohol or something
Dude,
crazy
you
like
drink
that.
a couple of those and you're
Okay,
just like,
but they also sold like it was like a discount, and so it was like literally like
dude, it's cheaper there. If you go into like a grocery store, dead guys are like $10 for like a fucking 24 ounce.
yeah. So I forgot exactly.
They do have the like one of the cooler cans.
There
Like
you go.
yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like dead guy was like I forgot what the ounce was. It was basically two beers, like
Yeah.
in one. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
No,
It was like a freaking like 24-ounce
yeah.
freaking dead guy. So I had three of those, and then at the time I was drinking like I normally do. So it was like I was drinking
Yeah.
that, and then I was having shots in between.
Because at that time you're in your mind like a beer is a beer, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you don't equate that it's like, oh, I'm getting the 2-for-1 special right now, and then it's like
You guys,
it's too late. It's too late.
I did three dead guys, three Jameson shots, and then I went to an ICS class. We were working on Microsoft Word. I was fucking flying.
Dude, when I went to San Diego State, and there was a bar there too. And I had a friend, and we would, I don't know why, we got into a phase where we were smoking tobacco pipes.
Yeah,
And so
that's cool.
we smoked like, yeah, it was like, oh, we're vintage or whatever.
Yeah.
But we fucking had like some IPAs or whatever like that, smoked a couple tobacco pipes, and fucking I went and took a final.
Yeah,
I got a D on it.
I
But
believe that. Yeah,
that was at the time where D's get degrees. So like
Okay.
it brought down my GPA, but I ended up passing the class, and it wasn't even that hard of a final, but when you're fucking drunk trying to take a test, you just like you don't think about shit, and you're like, oh, if I don't know it, that's close enough. And then like
pick C.
yeah, right. B and C, man.
Somewhere in the middle.
B and C is
Yeah.
probably the right answer.
Yeah,
But the worst thing about tests too is where they have it, it's like it's some of these or all of these or none of these or like some shit like that.
yeah,
Those are like trick questions, man. Those are mind fucks.
yeah. I agree with that. You know what's funny though is like I always like this where you ever go to the airport and like people are just like amateurs almost.
Yeah, man. Like,
You know,
is it
like
your first time at the airport?
what
Like,
is
do you
going
not
on here?
know
Like,
if you're not pre-check? I mean, psh.
yeah, take
But,
your shoes off.
But yeah, why are you wearing shoes?
Yeah,
Why do you have liquids in your bag? And like, obviously, you got to take like the electronics out of your bag.
yeah.
Like, and you could tell
Unless
that,
you're like TSA pre-check or whatever,
yeah,
you know?
which I highly recommend it because fucking, even though sometimes now everyone's TSA pre-check, but
Everybody
you don't
is.
got you don't got to do that shit. Like, you just like fucking wear your shoes, put your bags in there and stuff like that. And but you go into the regular line or whatever like that, and
Amateur hour.
the non pre-check line, and the TSA security guards, like, I never really seen like a happy TSA security guards like, like, hey man, can you please take your laptop out? Or can
Oh,
you
we're gonna have to
please
dump out the rest of this bottle
we're
unless you want to
gonna
finish it.
yeah, right. Hey, you want to take you just want to finish that real
You
quick?
take a sip, I'll take a sip. Just kidding, I'm working.
Yeah, right. Thumbs up. Have
Yeah.
a wonderful flight. They're like, no, they're like, hey, take laptops out, empty your liquids. Like they just have that fucking pissed off demeanor where they're
Yeah,
just
and
like,
there's like literally just like the fucking eye roll like right after. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, "Ugh,
right.
for the last
They're
time.
like, you look like a
Right.
laptop and bag lever.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy.
they're Stanleys.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're Stanley and a Stanley.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or just the
Stanley
emoji. The
squared.
emoji.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they are definitely
Yeah.
rolling their eyes. That's like,
That's
uh,
every TSA
right. I never seen
agent.
one of those guys smile at me, but understandable. Like if you're dealing with that shit on a constant, like day to day basis and stuff like that,
Right.
you're like, you know the rules. There's signs posted, especially like this is probably not your first flight. You're like a 40-year-old man that's like fucking leaving his electronics in his bag and shit like that.
All right. Do this for me then. Take me through your airport routine. What is your airport routine?
So, well, now that I'm pre-checked, I show up at the airport probably too early. I still like always overestimate the time.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the maturity in me, the
Mm.
only thing. But I plan for a bar stop. Like I
Yeah,
like to
for
have
sure.
at least like a double drink before and stuff like that,
Yep.
which is like $40 or $20 per drink, but no, what am I saying? One, two. So
I've never
two,
had one. I
yeah,
never
two
go
of
to,
us get
yeah.
two, and then we're like, might as well have like appetizer, like something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a really shitty
So
quesadilla.
it's like, yeah, like, right, like there's like a shitty ass quesadilla and four drinks, and then I'm just like, do I really tip them like 20% on this fucking $80 bill?
And they're
I
actually getting paid more too because they're
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
airport.
yeah. I'm like, if you're making more money than me right now, fucking, like they're probably bartenders there, and they're probably making like 100 grand a year.
Yeah, I would assume so. All right, my airport routine would be walk up, obviously already got the tickets and everything like that. Hopefully you're not checking a bag. All that's another one too, man. People like everybody doesn't check a bag now, so you got this whole fucking thing where it's like, all
Yeah.
right, like
Are you a bag checker usually,
I'm not
or
a bag checker.
me
I'm not a
neither?
bag
Me
checker.
too.
No.
And
But
me
I
and
was like the original. I was like the
yeah,
original backpack only guy.
me too. Me
You know,
too. And
like
me and Boba T not gotten arguments and shit like that, but I'm like, yo, we can fit all of our stuff in backpacks and a carry-on. Like
yeah.
we're doing this stuff.
Yeah, but now it's like a fight. Like so like here's my thing. I used to be the guy who would show up late. I would fucking still go to the bar. I would be the last person on the plane
Ooh.
and I would like take my stuff. I would put it up top and I'm fine.
Have you ever been the last person on a plane?
Not the last, but I would definitely wait. Like
I've been the last person on a plane before,
because
and
I didn't
everyone mean mugs you. Like,
Oh, dude. Yeah, yeah, but it's like you don't want to be like
they
the
like
last
call your name in the airport.
Yeah, no, I haven't been that guy. I haven't been that guy. But like I would definitely kind of like wait until everybody was like, okay, they're on the plane. I would like, cash out and I would fucking jump on the plane and I would go.
Yeah.
And the cool thing was like I said, I had everything with me, but now everybody does that. So you actually have to board early just so you can get
Yeah.
like the space up top.
Yeah, right.
Fucking sucks, dude.
Right? Like the whole plane is filled, and like only half.
Yeah.
The whole luggage is filled up top, and only the fucking half the plane is filled.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah.
But okay, so now my routine is show up. I wouldn't say late, but I definitely kind of do push the boundaries where I'm kind of like, I probably don't need that much.
Yeah.
So I go through pre-check, whatever. But I'm like the type of guy who's like, I'm in pre-check. I'm taking off my shoes already. I'm already taking off my belt.
Yeah.
Even though I'm already in TSA, they're like, "Sir, you don't have to." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Sir, what did you just call me? What the
Yeah,
fuck?"
right.
You know,
They're so much
Yeah,
friendlier
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you don't have to take this out, but I still do because I'm like, whatever. Like, who cares? Whatever. I get through, put all my shit back on very quickly, and then I'm like, all right, where is the gate? Find the gate, find the bar closest to the gate,
Yeah,
and then I sit down and I like to people watch because I like the conversations there.
dude.
It's
Best
hilarious.
conversations are at an airport,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
freaking. And the best thing is like airport is like Las Vegas. Like you could be your flight could be at like 7 in the morning and the bar is packed.
yep, 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 yeah. So I'll do that. Have a couple of drinks. My move. This is a move you guys should definitely pick up, and I do this at like regular bars too, where it's like I order another drink. I'll say one more and then close me out,
Yeah.
and then I close out right there
Yeah, because you got to do it immediately because they
immediately.
be they be slacking. Yeah,
But I
sometimes.
also keep some cash. That way, if I do want another drink,
Like, yeah, another
I
drink,
get
another shot.
another drink
Yeah,
and then I just pay cash, right?
yeah, that
So
is a good move. That
yeah,
is a good
so I
move.
do that one, and then it's literally walk over to the gate now because Cookie wants to get on the plane and make sure that her luggage is up there,
Yeah,
right? So we go in early, sit down, do that. I bust out the snacks. I start looking at movies, kick my slippers off, game over.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That being said, I also bring socks because it gets cold as fuck.
Dude, airplane stuff. Yeah, it is, and like if you don't have like enough like warmth and stuff like that, you're fucked. Like you're just gonna have a miserable flight because you're like shivering. You can't fall asleep. Like you're not the right temperature and stuff like that. Can you fall
Yeah.
asleep on an airplane?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I think there's like a window. There's like a window there where it's kind of um, like the oxygen kind of like, I don't know if they're decompressing the plane or whatever they're doing, but the oxygen kind of goes down and you just get really tired.
Yeah,
And I try and fall asleep right there. If I don't fall asleep right there, then it's
yeah,
harder. Then it's harder.
I know. I'm not like a big back sleeper, so it's like kind of hard for me.
Yeah.
But I'll just lean on boba tea and I'll be like, "Hey, sorry, this is what's gonna happen."
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, "Hey, you're like snoring and drooling." I'm
Um,
like,
ooh, worst airplane experiences. That'd be a good one. Maybe we'll touch on that one on
the next one,
the
yeah,
next one
I
for
got a
sure.
good one. I got a good one for that.
What do you got?
Well, so one time,
We talked about this actually. We were talking about babies last week,
yeah.
right? On
So well,
planes. People be overdoing it with the
yeah,
babies.
it's not even that.
Yeah.
It's my significant other, boba tea. We and sometimes I come from an alcoholic family, so I have a high alcohol tolerance. So on the way to the airport,
Oh,
we
so
had
you're Irish.
a couple a couple of road sodas or a road soda, and then we get there, and then she orders a Long Island iced tea, and then right before we get on the plane, she's like, "Musubi, I can't do this." I'm like, "We're getting on this fucking plane," and then she starts throwing up on the plane, and then she
Oh,
starts like crying. I mean, I don't mean to air out the business, but there's no name, so it's okay. And she's like, "Brad, I'm sorry." Da da da. Thank God she just like passes out and stuff like that.
yeah.
And then the girl next to me was like, "No, it's fine. Like I'm a phlebotomist." And it was like a young girl. And at the time, I thought like a phlebotomist meant brain doctor, not like a blood
Oh,
person.
like they were giving a lobotomy.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like, you're not a phlebotomist.
Yeah.
And so it was a 5 to 6 hour flight. So it was the most awkward flight like ever. I
Mm,
got boba tea passed out next to me, and I got a girl pissed at me because I said I didn't think she was a phlebotomist.
yeah.
Because we went to the bar and had a couple drinks too. And so I was like, ooh, that 5 hour flight seemed like it was like 10 hours.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brutal. All right, man. You want to get into some Family Feud?
Yeah, Family Feud.
Family
Not the
Feud.
old one where the old guy was like kissing everybody and stuff like that. But what's that? Maybe the Louis Anderson one.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know where I was going with
I don't
that.
know either, man. All right, so we're gonna do this. So Family Feud, basically, we have like a lot of topics kind of like pulled up right here, Family Feud style. You just got to pick the top four. So we're just gonna kind of like keep naming things until we actually get all of them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start you off. Don't look at my fucking screen, dog.
I didn't see any of the answers. I can look, but
Let's see. What's a good one? Let me go with. You know what? Let me pull it up on the screen for everybody else.
Yeah. Here,
All
I'll
the
close my eyes.
all the listeners at
For
home.
the viewers at home, my hands are over my eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not cheating.
Yes, definitely not. Uh, let's see. I want to I gotta get a good one here. All right. Ooh, that's too many. I don't want that many. Sorry, man. This is taking me longer than I expected. There's so many options. There's so
Yeah.
many
Mental
options.
note: we'll pick the topic before the show
Yeah.
for the next time. Well, we getting better and better every week.
Let's just pick something really simple and say, name a household chore that nobody likes to do.
Taking out the trash,
No.
doing the dishes.
Yes. 2.
Out of 4,
Yes.
making their bed.
No.
Um, cleaning the bathroom.
Yes. That's number 1.
How many household chores are there? Sweeping,
No. Close.
vacuuming.
Yes.
Um,
I'll give you a hint on this last one. This is number 4. You don't do it.
I mean, that's all of them. That's all of them. No, I do my part. Let's see if I can. It's not a very good hint. What can you another hint?
Another hint. It involves washing in some sort.
Washing the car,
No.
washing the windows,
No.
washing the floor,
No.
doing laundry.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. 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 All right, hit me. Hit me. So I'm
Okay.
gonna close my eyes here. Right.
Even though you looked at all the answers.
I didn't go too far down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to name something that shakes, rattles, and rolls, but other than that, let's see a better one. What do you think about, as I'm looking, what do you think about Steve Harvey?
Great teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of demeaning.
Do you think they're real?
Porcelain veneers.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Name a word that rhymes with teeny.
Weenie.
Number 1.
Okay. Meanie.
It's actually, yeah, number 3. It's actually kind of easier than I thought.
It rhymes with teeny, right? That was the original
Yeah,
word.
rhymes with teeny.
What did I say? Meanie.
You said meanie and weenie.
Beanie.
Yes.
And oh man, the last one, is it 4? Is 4 the
There's
last
4
one?
of them, yeah.
Yeah, but like what?
No, number 4. Weenie was number 1. Beanie was number 2. Meanie is number 3. And you're missing 4. Only 2
Beanie.
people selected. Yes, you got it.
Oh,
That was a good one.
sign me up, sir. Sign me
up. Sign me up. And so, well, I'd love to do more of the show with you, Glizzy Frank, but we're on a time limit here.
Well, we should just finish up with at least. We got to hit sports real quick.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
And
JK.
sports will be fast because we haven't really been watching sports that much.
No, but
because there's
what do you think?
here.
Yeah. So, what do you think about people that wear their home team jerseys to random sports events? Like, I'm going to like a baseball game and I see people wearing like a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey.
Yeah, dude, I'm not for it at all. I guess what it comes down to is like,
it's like, is it laundry day?
Yeah,
like
it's more so like the thing that really gets me for the most part is people like you go to a baseball game and you just put on a baseball jersey because you're at a baseball game.
Yeah.
Or you put on a freaking football jersey because you're at a football game.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Right? Just wear a regular shirt.
Yeah,
like
like,
fucking
yeah. I'd be saying, like, true fans too. Like, they have some swag that is not a jersey that's way cooler than a jersey.
Yeah, like
right?
I'm a fan of the custom stuff. I'm a 49er fan, and I have this one shirt that has a 40, like the drink 40,
Ooh,
and a Glock 9, and it
nice,
says ERS after it.
nice.
And so
Hard R there.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the shirt. Well, I always try to be politically correct, as you guys can see by watching the show.
Yeah,
But
Lumpia.
no one
we
calls
got
it 49 us.
yeah, Lumpia. We got like a good little swaggy one where it's basically like a hat made out of jerseys.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that is a dope hat.
Yeah, you're
Like,
a part of that. Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, what we're trying to say is, like, if you're gonna go and show some respect, right? Like, if like you're going to a game, like, I would question wearing Seahawks shit at a 49er game.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I'm like, hey man, I'm in your territory. I get it. Don't step on my toes. You know what I mean?
think people used to got softer though, because like in the 90s or early 2000s, like people would get beat up for that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
They still do now. It's crazy. And
Yeah.
that being said, it's like, I think the fights have like escalated. Like, I don't think I would ever fight somebody
No, right?
over
Or like pour beer on their head or something.
over a
like that.
game. Like, who fucking cares?
Right?
You're
Like,
right. Yeah.
Oh, you're
like,
wearing the wrong jersey. I'm gonna fucking
Debo
be an
is
asshole.
slacking. Whatever,
Yeah.
man. I don't fucking know. I don't know
Right?
what to tell you.
Right?
Yeah.
I 100% agree, because it's just like, if you're putting sports and that emphasis on sports of that much of your life, and feel like you have something else wrong, like
You got to make some life changes, man.
Yeah.
If you got that much riding on the game, unless you have like a shit ton of money, in which case, beat that motherfucker's ass.
Speaking of hard R's, just kidding. Just
Busted.
kidding. Yeah, that joke's gonna get us canceled.
Definitely.
But speaking of jokes, I have one joke to end the podcast with.
Okay, please.
So, and I'm a fan of recycling. So, what do you call something with a small wiener that hangs down?
You call something with a small wiener that hangs down. Yeah, I don't know, man. What do you got?
It's a bat.
It's like Batman?
No, like a bat.
You're saying
Like
Batman had a small dick?
regular bat. Like, I don't know any bats that have like
Which Batman
big
had the smallest dick?
Probably Michael Keaton.
I was gonna say it wasn't Christian Bale. No way.
yeah, that guy's dick is huge. Trust me. Yeah. Speaking of huge dicks, what do you call something with a huge wiener that hangs up?